DJC's international presence. Hellen Keller Documentry.
Helen Keller was initially hesitant in writing her autobiography because it was a difficult task. It was really difficult to remember the incidents of her past, and some experiences appeared to be fanciful and part of her fantasy. The most important day I remembered in all my life is the one on which my teacher, Manfield Sullivan, came to me. I am filled with wonder when I consider the immeasurable contrast between the two lives which it connects. She takes Helen to the water pump. She gets the water running. She puts Helen's hands under the water. Then she simultaneously makes the water come out of the water pump on the Helen's hand. And from there, Helen learns the action which Sullivan made on her hands.
And that was the turning point in Helen's life. She understood the need for education. She proved the world wrong that a disabled person cannot learn, read, or write. Throughout her life, Helen Keller devoted her energies to humanitarian pursuits, advocating for economic justice and the rights of women and of people with disabilities.
Helen Keller asserted her right to feel at home in the great world, and through her eloquence and tireless activism, she fought for some rights on behalf of all people.
Helen Keller's influence was great and her accomplishments won her worldwide respect. Yet she always remained humbly to her great teacher Annie Sullivan and her Perkins predecessor Laura Bridgman.
Water. It has a name. Yes. Water. Pump. Ground. Flower. Captain! Mrs. Keller, go quickly! She knows! Mrs. Keller! She knows! She knows! Mother! Captain. Papa.
In the fall of 1891, Helen wrote a story she called The Prose King. as a birthday gift for Perkins director Michael Anagnos. Delighted, he published it in the Perkins Alumni magazine. Soon Anagnos was informed that Helen's tale was very similar to a previously published story. It appears that Helen had read the original many months earlier and recreated the story from her memory, believing it was her own creation. The accusation of plagiarism was extremely wounding to the 11-year-old and her teacher, and in 1892 Helen and Sullivan left Perkins and did not return. Fortunately, Keller later forgave Perkins for her unhappy experience. In 1909, she donated many Braille books to the Perkins Library, and in 1956, she officiated at the dedication of Keller Sullivan Building when it became home of the school deaf-blind program. A dedicated and committed teacher can transform lives, teach one to transcend the physical barriers, and fight indomitable odds with positivity. Miss Sullivan's innovative teaching methods, her patience, tenderness awakened Helen's soul, gave it light, hope, joy, and set it free from the prison of silence and darkness. She accompanied Helen everywhere, even to listen to college lessons, and her support empowered Helen to speak and write.
The story of my life is replete with beautiful images of nature in all seasons and settings. Helen's first lesson was regarding the beneficence of nature. She was taken to the field and there she learned how the sun and the rain lead to the growth of trees, how the birds build their nests and live, how the animals find food and shelter. Helen also learned the names of lots of flowers and fruits by touching and smelling them.